TGX 钛合璧是 DeFi-X 生态唯一的权益凭证、治理凭证及价值传输媒介，无任何预挖，无团队预留，无基石投资，完全去中心化。TGX 矿池总量预计9431万枚，将分配到7个 LP 矿池。获得 TGX， 除了在 DEX 上 swap， 其他重要途径就是向 TGX 矿池提供流动性。TGX 首创挖矿加推广可获现行收益。矿工每月总收益主要由挖矿收益、持币收益、推广收益3部分组成。矿机分为青铜、白银、黄金、铂金、钻石、王者6个等级。矿机对应的每月算力收益分别为 2%、4%、6%、9%、12%、15%。挖矿收益根据每个矿池的出矿率而定，其中 USDT、TGX 的 LP 矿池收益率最高，大部分投资者均会选择该矿池。只要矿工不退出矿池，即享有持币收益。持币收益等于静态奖励加动态奖励。静态奖励等于投入购买 TGX 的本金乘每月算力收益。动态收益等于挖矿收益乘动态奖励算力。DeFi-X 在智能合约中设计了科学精妙的推荐机制，以帮助矿工最大限度获推广收益。推广收益分为映射升级收益和加速宝收益2大类。首先，介绍映射升级收益。矿工推荐用户参与挖矿，即享映射升级收益。下面是级别介绍：推荐1个用户参与挖矿，即映射升级为 VIP1；推荐2个用户参与挖矿，即映射升级为 VIP2；推荐10个用户参与挖矿，即映射升级为 VIP10。以此类推，对应的映射升级算力 VIP1 为100%，VIP2 为10%，VIP10 为10%，以此类推，映射升级收益等于推荐用户持币收益乘对应的映射升级算力。其次，介绍加速宝收益。直接推荐第1层用户参与挖矿，即享有加速宝收益。加速宝可以加速收益提取的速度。加速宝采用正序金字塔排序方法，金额最大的永远是在加速宝的最下面，金额最小的在最上面。假如矿工只推了20个映射矿机，那么他将400%复制第1至5号矿工的映射升级收益，300%复制第6至10号矿工的映射升级收益，200%复制第11至15号矿工的映射升级收益，100%复制第16至20号矿工的映射升级收益。如果矿工自己是 VIP10， 通过加速宝直推3名矿工，并达标20万 USDT 业绩，将自动升级为 DAO 矿池挖矿。DAO 矿池分为普通、初级、中级、超级、顶级5个级别。下级拥有至少3个以上不同的普通矿池，升级为初级矿池，拿整体账户下基础奖励的 8%。下级拥有至少3个以上不同的初级矿池，升级为中级矿池，拿整体账户下基础奖励的 12%。下级拥有至少3个以上不同的中级矿池，升级为高级矿池，拿整体账户下基础奖励的 15%。下级拥有至少3个以上不同的高级矿池，升级为顶级节点，拿整体账户下基础奖励的 18%。TGX 分配模型采用高斯分布，能够避免躺赚，公平按劳分配，保持全网动力。外加 TGX 首创的24小时销毁机制，保障了 TGC 能够良性健康的上涨。
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet all of you here. Today is not Monday. Today is Wednesday. It's very special day for all the globe. I'm sure that today we have to talk about what's going on around us, for sure in crypto as well. And I am ready and I'm eager to introduce you today DTV hosts, and they are Catherine Ross. Nice to meet. First time you're here. Yes, my pleasure to have you today. and Muru Patel. Muru Patel, nice to meet you, all of you here today. With us are Stacy Menke and my spouse, Elizabeth Weber. We're looking for next participants, Gordon Einstein, and George Sebastiao a little bit later, but we have to start what's going on our interesting Earth. Catherine Ross, your turn.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Sergey, for having me today. And although like one edit though today, I think it's Tuesday though. It's not Wednesday yet. It's Tuesday.
He has these on Wednesdays and Mondays. That's why.
Yes, you know why it's happened. I'm sorry for that. Yeah.
Maybe Sergey is ahead, so he knows the results of the election already. Yeah. So we're trying something new today, and it's the news segment. So Sergey asked me to sort of go through what happened last week in the crypto industry and what is happening today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start. I think that pretty much everyone is aware of the fact that today is November 3rd, and it's the election day in the US, and all eyes on the US today. I'm not sure like who you are voting for if you're in the US, or who you would like to see as the next president of the United States, but they're Trump versus Biden, and this is a huge chaos in the news currently. This is something that we will be talking about as well. We're not specifically talking about politics. Maybe, I'm not sure if Sergey wants to do that, we will do that. But I think the main point is that we're not sure how the price is going to be affected by the results of the election, and national unrest is expected tonight in the U.S. and maybe like until the results are announced. So all eyes on the U.S. and all eyes on the crypto space at the same time. I want to quote Tyler. Tyler Winklevoss, the CEO of the exchange Gemini, who said, both political parties are addicted to the Fed's money printer. So regardless of who wins the election, the only real long-term winner will be Bitcoin, which is a pretty great statement for the crypto space. But I think so. I'm going to just like go through different news, and I will let you guys comment on that a little bit later. So my question to this part of my segment is, what do you think is going to happen to the price and to the crypto industry in general? So Sergey, do you want to take this right now, or do you want me just to go through the news further?
You know, I think we have to.
You can ask questions whenever you want.
Yes. I think we have to go in that way, because before, do not remind once more time for the people around. Yes, Muru, go ahead. It's very interesting opinion to listen to your opinion. Yes.
Okay.
As well.
So the question is, what's going to happen to the price post the win or loss of whichever candidate? Is that what you're asking?
And now I'm thinking that it might be interesting to discuss who is better for the crypto industry. Is it Trump or Biden?
All right,
we have another one person. We have to remember about him. It's Brock Pierce, and he's only one person. Yes, but unfortunately, he don't see. Yes,
I could get him if you want. He's busy. I chatted to him just yesterday. How's it going? He says, I'm just here for promoting blockchain and all that. So, you know, I did the good luck, Brock. But he's doing it for different reasons. I don't want to. I don't want to be on air about this. Sorry.
Is he on the ballot? Like, is he on the ballot as a candidate?
He's one of the he's on the presidential candidates. Yeah, he's one of the presidential candidates.
Kanye West, but Kanye West wasn't, classified. He's out of the race. So
Brock's one of the presidential candidates.
I mean, he goes as independent, right?
Independent, correct. He's going.
Okay, so he's on the ballot for sure.
He's on the ballot. Yeah. But I mean, he's doing it for different reasons, and I think his is more of a mantra of what he's always been talking for the 2-3 years that I know him. So, coming back to your question, you were going to say something else, Catherine. There's a wider perspective. So, what was your wider perspective? You said you could include, and then I'll answer your question.
I think I was just asking you, what do you think, first of all, is going to happen with the price in the next couple of days, because we expect the unrest in the US and we're not sure how the markets are going to react. Right now, currently, I'm talking about like traditional financial markets are doing well. ish, and the crypto space is also doing well, because everybody's sort of anticipating the results. So the first question is, what do you think is going to happen in the next couple of days? And the second question is, who is a better option for the crypto industry? Is it Biden or Trump?
Okay, so let's take the market first. So if you look at what happened last week in the market and the week before, and yes, I lost tens of thousands as well, is because there was a lot of momentum that Biden, because if you listen to the polls and if you listen to what I call the 80% biased media to help promote the Biden camp to win, sorry to say it, is because uh, based on that, the market started tanking. Okay, so it lost a lot of points. Both Nasdaq and Dow, if you compare those two markets out there, S&P as well. So it tanked. So even the large blue chips like the Teslas and like the Amazons and like the Nvidias and Facebooks and all of these lost a lot of points. Okay, main reason is because they know that a lot of the policies that are going to be implemented, it's going to affect them significantly. Because if you look at policies, and again, not coming into whether I'm a Trump or a Biden supporter, but I'll be absolutely honest, I am a Trump supporter for the policies. Because I don't look at people, I look at what they are doing for the country. So Biden is coming in it like a 47-year-old politician to win votes. He will say anything, sorry to say it. And Trump will come in like, I'm running my country, and if it's going bankrupt, what do I do as my company? And he's running the country like that, okay? So in terms of business, Trump will do whatever is possible so his business doesn't fall down, because he's only there for the kudos and the ego. And that's the bit I don't like about Trump. But if you think about it from a citizen's viewpoint, what he's trying to do is to make sure he doesn't look ugly, to say when Trump came there, the country went bankrupt. To him, that hurts more than losing money or losing the race, because that's what drives him. He's already a billionaire. He doesn't need to do it. So if Biden wins, my view, the market will tank. So now, if you look at what's happened yesterday and today, the markets are beginning to climb up a little bit. Why is that? Because now there's some confidence being built that Trump is regaining a lot of points in the polls, and there's a lot of red wave coming on. Okay. And the reason the market behaves like the way it does is if they see Trump coming in, and if they win the Senate and the House, then all these things that, Pelosi in the House and everyone's been dragging their feet to give all the people money, Trump will do immediately. He runs it like a business. He doesn't need 5,000 meetings and employ 50,000 politicians to make a decision. He's the decision maker, right? So he will implement things and fix things fast. That's why you get V-shaped recoveries. So in my view, if Trump wins, you will get a very good V-shaped recovery. Because if you look at America compared to the rest of the world, it's recovered a lot faster than the rest of the world has. If Biden comes in, the fright or the dilemma or the negative things is all the policies. So if you look at anything from their Green New Deals and energies and all these things, the guy is being driven so far left, free medical covers, all these policies that he's got, and fracking and oil, all the things that's running and creating jobs and creating money and creating economy will go up. So if he stops doing fracking and oil, what goes up? Electricity price goes up, gas bills go up. People have to make money some other way. So all of a sudden you find GDP and all these things being affected. So economy goes down. It's pretty basic economics, right? So same thing with how and who is going to pay for some of these things. It's the taxpayer at the end of the day pays for it, right? So that's my take. Biden comes in, it'll come down. Trump goes in, it'll recover faster.
And
business.
Yeah, and
the
there's
second question was your crypto. Second question was your crypto. Okay, how does it affect the crypto? Now, my view is very simple. The greenback or the dollar or any other currency is just a mechanism of paying based on a value that someone assigns to it. Who is the someone? The someone is the government and the banking cartel. Okay, So they look at various numbers. Our imports are higher than the others and our exports are lower. Why don't we devalue the currency? Why don't we flood the market with more dollars? Why don't we buy this, do that? And they play around with that. So the currency is based on the value that the banking cartel, as well as the central people in the politicians and the treasuries, put on that. Hi, Rico. So what happens? You're muted as well, by the way, Rico. So then what happens is, if you then look at the Trump camp and the Biden camp, again, leave the personalities on one side. One is coming in to say, let's create economy, and this is how we do run it as a business, keeps on going up. So if that goes up, obviously it will go strong. But he will also play the dollar game, meaning, is it advantageous for us to have a dollar at a lower rate than a higher rate to make our imports and exports balance out properly? So he will also play that. However, he won't play it like the other extreme with the Biden in screwing up economy. So that is another effect. So how does that affect crypto? In my view, it will only strengthen crypto, because people will look at this and say, what a bloody mess. I've had enough of governments controlling what's the price of my hard-earned money. I'd rather buy Bitcoin or something else. And that's my store of value. I know that this thing is worth X, but the chances of this going down and tanking is lower than a dollar or a pound or a euro or Chinese yuan or whatever, because governments are controlling that currency going up and down. So in my view, crypto will go up. That is for sure. In what period? Who knows? But if you look at all the top gurus and all that, and I spoke to Tone Vays the other day as well, again, after our meeting with Sergey at the Digital Week Online. And even Tone was saying it's going to go up, but not to silly numbers that people are saying 1 million. Okay, that's just silly, but it will go up. So crypto, in my view, now it will get even stronger, because people will now at least listen to it. So the adaptation and all these Jamie Dimons and all these people have themselves accepted it. A lot of the banks have accepted it. A lot of the countries are doing their own digital version of it. However, let's be honest, when the countries do it, you don't want to be traced and tracked on where you spend and how you spend, because they'll play the same games. The games they will play is, hang on, you're importing and I see you're buying too much stuff from Alibaba or Chinese products. Go easy, otherwise we'll block your account, or things like that. So people will, in my view, they will be used for higher level inter-country huge transactions rather than the average citizen transactions. That will always be by the normal crypto, my view. So crypto good, fiat bad.
You know, guys, before I am personally want to add my 5 cents to the favor of Trump, I want to welcome Rico Punk today on our show. Rico, nice to meet you here. You are always welcome. Yes, I will let you.
I just showered.
I will direct the question to you personally, but let me add something. You know, guys, what I see, Trump is maybe number one or just one president who do not engage in war last 100 of years. Really, he is number one president who do not engage in any war worldwide. Not Syria, not Afghanistan, not something else, not even Armenia or somewhere else. Is the first one, but that's why maybe he looks like this world as business. You mentioned very right. It's real business.
But he's done 4 peace deals.
Fight each other, yeah.
But he's done 4 peace deals in countries for decades people couldn't even get through. Where's the credit for that? Forget about war, even the peace deals that people have tried to do for so long. So take the person and personality out, look at results. That's all.
Okay, good. Catherine, now word goes to your side. Maybe we have to know the opinion about all this stuff from Rico Punk. Please repeat the question to you.
Yeah, for sure. Rico, so what we're doing today is we're sort of doing a new segment with comments, talking about main news points, and you guys sort of discuss it. So what I've mentioned before and what Maru has been talking about is obviously that today is the election day in the US, and we're having this like Trump versus Biden race. So my question was, first of all, what do you think is going to happen with the crypto industry because of that? So is it going to influence that at all, or just the crypto stands separately and nothing's going to happen? It just goes its own way. And the second question is, who do you think is better for the crypto industry, Trump or Biden? So what's your take on this one?
Well, I think as usual.
Hey, hang on, can I add something? Rico, put it on with your international hat, not your bloody local Chinese hat. All right.
Well, I'm actually not a local Chinese.
Hat.
I'm Malaysian. So
yeah.
I'm not representing the CCP or Chinese point of view. It's my personal point of view that I don't really care about the election. As long as it makes the country a better place for the Americans. I think that's crucial. I don't know what is good and bad in America because I wasn't there. I know a lot of friends who talk about how bad is it, and there are also good things coming out from it for the last few years. So I have a mixed decision. To me, as long as they treat the people right and it's elected by the people, I think that will be the best result. But in terms of crypto, where I'm being biased, I think it'll be good if Trump gets elected again. As what Bru mentioned earlier, it'll be good for the crypto space.
Give the reasons, crypto. Give the reasons. Yeah. What's your reasons for believing that?
Because I believe that I personally think that it doesn't matter who wins the election, it wouldn't affect our crypto price. November is a month for the alternate coins anyway, regardless of the election result. October was all-time high for Bitcoin, and as we were witnessing that. So I believe that regardless of the result of the election, it wouldn't change how Bitcoin's price is. It's going to tank a little bit, maybe around 12,000-ish. That's why I think that will be that tanking. But who knows if something does happen, or if the Bitcoin group of network thinks that, oh, let's tank it further, it might go down to 9 or 10,000. So yeah.
You really think Bitcoin could get down to 9 or 10,000?
I don't think so. I would think that
okay. Sorry.
12,000 will be, that's it. I don't think it will drop below 12,000 mark for Bitcoin's price, even if it tank a little bit. But I think it's a chance to actually, if Bitcoin price pump again, I think it will kill a lot of alternate coins. So I think it's a chance where alternate coins can grow back a little bit in the month of November. Yeah, that's what I think.
So get off the fence now, Rico. If you think, get off the fence, because I can see you holding back, knowing you very well. And your smile gives it away.
No, I'll be
get off the fence. Say it like this. Say it like this.
Come, talk about DeFi.
Bro. Nice to see you here. I didn't know you were coming on, by the way. So if Biden came in, can you see a 20% going down on any crypto? Yes, no answer. Okay. If Biden came in, can you see a 20% down going on a lot of the stock market as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Therein it lies the answer.
Yeah. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. You're very sitting on the fence, bro. What's happening?
Yeah. I mean, to the Wall Street guys, I mean, they are more concerned than us in the crypto space.
Of course.
I haven't switched yet, and you're still in that space. I mean, look at the performance this year.
Yeah, because you look at a lot of the bonds, the Jamies, the Goldmans, the largest people who control a lot of the Wall Street are already in it.
Exactly.
And why? And they only came in lately. Why did they come in so lately?
Because of you went and talked to them and told them about the secret in our space.
It's no secret. The more the merrier, bro. The more the merrier.
Guys in the Wall Street and the whole financial market in the States. So I can see that. Yeah. I asked them, why do you get our space? Why? Muru.
I didn't know you were coming. I could have guessed this now. Okay, make it into a healthy debate again. Catherine, over to you. Next question.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next sort of part of the new segment is the fact that Coinbase has launched, Coinbase crypto debit card is launched in the US and lets users earn back Bitcoin. So Coinbase card is a Visa debit card, rewards card that allows users to spend their cryptocurrency funds directly from their Coinbase accounts. And the company said that the US launches a significant milestone, and it will help expand crypto mainstream adoption. So I guess my question is it really a major milestone or a significant milestone? And what does it mean for the further steps of adoption of the crypto space?
Why is the card so important?
Can I go first?
Please,
cards are around for 2-3 years. Anyway, go first if you want.
Yeah, Rico. Please.
I'll show her this. I'll show her this.
Wow.
Won by Mr. Patel for so many years back. And then they realized because he was the one who was keep reminding them.
Correct.
You should do this all
correct
for your market
correct.
share. So like
for years I've been saying this.
Go to China, this is like
exactly.
What? This is like 10 years also of tech.
It's
like,
part of normal life.
Use this in China. I mean, when I was in China for the last 12 years, I saw the growth and why do you still bring a card? Why do you even bring a wallet? You just bring a phone. That's it. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Fiat.
You don't.
You're still using a card, or something, MSC or Stripe something. So Muru knows this, and I think most of his things is from China, right? It's in China or Taiwan.
No. I'll tell you what we are doing as well, okay? I'll tell you what else we are doing. Yeah. It's not only the card.
Now, pass it back to you.
Yeah, the card.
Still alive.
Not a problem, bro. Not a problem. So card is the reason why there are still some old, what I call people who like to feel like they've got a card and they can insert in places and tap and do that. However, the new thing is, as Rico says, people are doing it on the mobile. The Apple Pay, Samsung Pays, all these people are doing it. And we've got our wallet that goes with that card I just showed you, which also earns you staking reward of 35% per year. So forget about the loyalty points of 5% and 2%. We also give you 35% per annum staking on a gold pegged coin. So not only your coin is increasing in price based on the price of gold, it's called a full node staking mobile wallet, but you can do your mobile transactions at the same time. So creating that level of wealth and inclusive financial products like that for most people is the way to go. And watch me, a lot of people will start doing this in 2 years' time again. It's the only way to go because banks are not needed. Banking is needed, right? And the banks have had it for too long.
From what I think, besides what Muru is doing, is awesome. Definitely, it's awesome. I mean, if you don't stick in Muru's project, then you're missing out, obviously. But
oh my God,
from what I realized, that in Asia, in China, they're moving past this phone. The future is about facial recognition, and you just walk in, and there's terminal or even not even terminal. They know you came and you grab something and you just get out. And most of the e-commerce are actually integrated with this sort of tech already for like 2 years ago. It's like live, beta testing. It's ready. So it's not something that is a conceptual thing that we still talk about. They are already at that stage where it's facial recognition. Every mobile number is already attached to an ID, so you can't have fake mobile numbers anymore. They know exactly what message you receive, and everything is so closely monitored. And they don't even need a blockchain to do that. The Communist Party doesn't even need a blockchain. The existing system is fine to do that already. So it's a give and take thing. But because the fact that they're launching a digital yuan, which also is a centralized currency, it has nothing to do with blockchain again. So I can see that in the Chinese way of getting things done is changing how we view the whole financial system entirely, with or without blockchain. I think that's a fact that we need to address. But they do use blockchain on certain things to prevent, frauds and prevent duplicity and the ledger system. So, for example, 2.5 years ago, they already applied Tencent and one of the biggest accounting software in China, putting all the receipts into a blockchain. 2.5 years ago, it's done.
Yeah,
I think
it's a very good point because just
I spent $500 for dinner. Then I want to write 1,005
yeah
receipt because it's QR code. It's attached to that phone or WeChat that you're on, and you can't duplicate that. And it's on blockchain. That's been done 2.5 years ago, guys. But look at the way they
China
use
is way
blockchain,
ahead. I saw this.
And it's not a financial payment gateway. It's just on the ledger system that records the receipts on everything spending. And you guys can't duplicate that receipt anymore because when you go to restaurants, a lot of things can happen in a restaurant in a cash business, and they want to know how much revenue does the restaurant do that. And a lot of people check up the receipts. They spend 500 or you charge 20,000, but actually they spend like 10,000 sort of thing to claims, and all these things is happening in the system, which they solve using a blockchain solutions. So I think that's something that we should really look into and what the Chinese is doing. Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right, Rico. And in the defense of China, even last November when I was there, it's not big transactions. You could buy even a bunch of grapes and pay straight from a QR code from a lady in a little stall. And
my parents try to pay using a cash.
Yes, and they can't.
Buying some fruits.
Yeah,
and
they can't.
They used to collect the fiat. They just show them you want Alipay or
around
Alipay.
I know. I've seen it.
The reason is, Muru, they don't have a change for you.
That's true. That's true.
Carry cash.
The small amount. That's the point I was going to make. The small amounts now. The small amounts. That's the point I was going to make. All the small amount change, and people generally say, don't worry about the change. All adds up now. Even for the little plastic bags and all that, everything adds up. So now it's to the 0.001 cent you can account for without any stress. But coming back to the blockchain, and I think the point Rico was also making was, blockchain is generally not the answer for everything. That's where people get things wrong, because it's a new fad. Blockchain, DeFi, CeFi, DEX, KEX, bloody you name it, sushis, pastas, and people are going crazy. This is not the answer to everything, and now NFTs, yeah? So it's like, guys, wait. What are you trying to do? And thank you, Rico, for the advert. What we are trying to do is say, we're going to pay you to just do banking with us. We are not a bank. Thank you for the ad. Because we'll give you money, but you can do these new ways of paying and doing all these things.
I'm going to add another ad for you, Muru. I'm going to add another ad for you because many people think that all this tech, it has to be for the younger generation.
No, it's wrong. Wrong. The simpler you make it, the easier it is.
People older than Muru can even adapt to that tech.
There's some people older than me now. Are you having a go at my age?
Just give me an example. The fresh fruits seller at the roadside or
much older.
Yeah, much older than Muru, but they're using the same technology. Then I was wondering, how did they know how to set up a QR code and print it out and check in their e-wallet? That's so freaking high tech. Then my parents asked me, son, can you go and set up the WePay or Alipay for us so that we can go shop around? There you go. So my parents, because they were in that scenario and they were shopping around Qingdao area at that time, this is 2 years ago. And I was like, son, can you set up for us? What do we need to do? That means you need to go to apply for a mobile number under your passport for a foreigner. And then you need to go to a local bank, Bank of China, Commerce Bank, or ICBC Bank, or the big 4 Chinese bank, with the mobile number under your name, passport. You get to apply with your passport, and they need to check your tax number as well. Freaking hell, we are foreigner. Why do you need my tax number? They are that strict, so that you will get
That's
a bank
proper KYC. That's real KYC.
Proper KYC, 100 points KYC. But they do it, and you get a bank number after 2-3 hours and everything, and check you, and you can then say, I get an ATM card, which is a debit card, right? And I will attach that to my Alipay or WePay, and then I can transfer money from that bank account into my Alipay or WePay account. And that's how I did it. So this is how, my parents who are 67 years old now, they were asking how can they learn to use it, and they really changed the perception of life. After coming back from China, I was like, when they came back to Malaysia, it was like, oh my God, we are so backward.
Backward, yeah. But can you imagine if you think Malaysia is back?
But guys,
how it's like in
COVID-19,
Malaysia? In Malaysia,
buying everything on the WhatsApp and online payment in Malaysia. So people are changing as well in Malaysia. Suddenly, the adoption of QR codes and online payment is like went up.
Absolutely.
It's not an age thing. It's about accepting the fact that this is something that is convenient and is secure and is safe with or without blockchain. Yeah.
Guys, I have to add something. Till today I already have recorded information about how do our identity, our digital identity looks like in this very interesting future. I mean, on the blockchain, based on the blockchain. And tomorrow also with Gordon Einstein, we're going to talk about this topic. It's very interesting. Thank you, Rico, for pointing it out. But I feel that people around really get ready for that. They're no needed to get them informed. It looks like this or that, combine passport, I don't know, bill number or identity on the internet or something else around, all the mixed. It is the good way to be identified in this new digital world. Catherine, I think, yeah.
Yeah, but on that ID side, Sergey, sorry, Catherine, I know lots of people doing what I call my ID, your ID on the blockchain, and that's universal, no matter what. And about 4 years ago, again, I was talking about these things, on my typical travel in and out of countries. Why do I need to go through all these forms and passport and visas and all that? If you had a universal ID, you can just walk in and out everywhere. 4 years ago, and I think Dubai is trying to do that now as one of the forefront people to do it, because you don't be wanting to do all that. You arrive, they know you. And you go to China like I was in November, as I said, it took me 2 hours to get through immigration. So all that should be known. 2 hours to get through immigration.
They want to make sure that you still can write.
Yes, it's right point. Even us are just.
Yeah, but you go through 5 checks. Yeah, but you go as an international, but you go to 4 or 5 checks, of various.
So it took me some time to write Chinese, because I've been typing with Chinese a long time, for the last 20 years. And I seldom write Chinese character anymore since probably high school. So for me to write something like an address, it's going to take me forever. So it takes me longer than before
to type it.
Write Chinese character anymore.
It's going to be painting. It's not writing. It's just painting some symbols.
It will be the same in the future. So we still need to learn writing in a way.
Yeah.
And
but coming to your ID, the ID side. But the ID side, that's where the world is going, and that's where it should be going, right?
Hi, Josh.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
And it's Krill as well. Hi, Krill. I didn't know you were there, and George as well. I was chatting to both of the buggers earlier. I didn't know they were going to be
here.
Hi,
Bro. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Hi, George. Hi.
Everything is great. How are you? Everything is great?
Georgie, we can't see you.
Yes, that you are on an interesting place in Dubai. Just tell us a little bit more about this.
It looks like a nightclub at the back.
Yes, it's a nightclub.
Which one is it?
There. You can hear?
Yeah.
No, we are at the place, but I'm still trying to get everything set up. So you guys have to be patient with me.
No, that's okay. We'll carry on.
Yeah, you have a time.
Okay, Catherine was going to ask a question.
Yeah, and to your point of having a global identity card or file or whatever, I think the governments should be the ones.
It is the government. Absolutely, it's government. It's a government initiative.
But I mean, like Dubai is doing that, but you're not going to hear about it in Russia, right? Yet until. But for me personally, the main point actually, and what has been the biggest pain in the ass, is all of my medical data in one place that I can access at any time. Seriously, I have literally all over the globe, and I had to have all of the documents. It's like, it's crazy. It's super crazy. So medical data for me, from that perspective, is something I think would be very useful. So if anyone out there is doing that, please.
No, there are quite a few people.
Please let me know.
There are quite a few people I know doing it. Quite a few people trying to do that.
Again, unless it is fully regulated and accepted.
It never will be, Catherine. It never will be. And the same with your ID will never will be until governments talk at government level and think about it. Which government's going to say, I'll let you keep Sergey's information from Russia into China or America and like that? It gets down to political reasons rather than technology reasons. That's
you know, Mru, I just want to argue with you. I am personally don't care. Really, I am personally don't care about any government worldwide. I don't know why they are caring about myself, because I'm being, I don't know, one of the three countries. I am Armenian, I am Ukrainian, I am Russian, I am Greek. Who I am? I want to be everyone and no one on this earth. I want to be myself. Please let me go up to my road. That's why. Yes, it's really. It's very realistic. And
Sergey, there's someone at your door.
no, not yet.
Okay, how many passports you have over there in your closet?
You know, at this moment only 2, but I wonder to have all of the passports around the globe to make movement very easy and free of charge, free of getting there. You know, it's my right. It's my right.
Of course. But governments will stop it. That's the problem. It's the governments who stop it.
I want to say hello to Kirill Mishanin. Kirill Mishanin, nice to meet you here. Yes, our pleasure to have you today. Yes, maybe a couple of words. We are discussing everything interesting on Earth and news about the, I would say, about voting process on another part of this of the globe, and we are eager to know maybe what's interesting happening in crypto. We are eager to know what will done with crypto after all this stuff, after all this I know 2 parts fighting, Biden and Trump. And we get noted that if Trump goes ahead, the crypto will be live forever. Maybe that way.
I think Catherine should do a yes/no. Catherine, you should do a yes/no with Jorge from his nightclub, and Kirill as well, on if Trump wins, yes/no, and if Biden wins, yes/no, and why. You should do that. So it'd be a nice poll between 5-6 of us, see what everyone thinks.
Yeah.
And it's good that they don't know what our answers are and why.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna recap really fast. Is it Jorge or is it George or is it Jorge?
He's a nightclub guy just now. He doesn't mind.
Are you dancing? Are you partying? Can you hear us?
George, get a life. You're either on this call or we kick you out.
No, I'm not that. No.
You're not that good looking.
Yeah, I'm pleasure to be here. This is George Sebastiao.
Okay.
Okay, so now I know. Thank you. So I guess I'm going to recap really fast. Today is the election day in the US, and we were discussing if who is the best option for the crypto. Is it Biden or is it Trump? So maybe like Kirill and Jorge, your 2 cents on this. Kirill, let's start with you. So who do you think is better for the crypto industry in the future? Is it Trump or Biden?
Actually, my personal idea is doesn't matter the political situation, what will be future of the crypto. We have a big corporation, we have big data, and everything will be in crypto. It doesn't mean that there will be a lot of coins or token. It will be blockchain where you store and you already store. Already, all top corporation like Microsoft, like Intel, like Uber, they already put their data somehow in blockchain. So, and this is not matter about political at all. It's out of politics. This is my personal idea. So for me, it doesn't matter who wins. So for Russian guys, funny jokes that everybody believes when Trump win, and it's good for Russian guys who live in the US. I don't know why, but everybody whom I stop in US, they asking, "Oh, you're Russian, make Trump." President, and I say, what? I'm not really about it. So it's kind of out of topic. But as I said, reality is now, and the whole data will be in blockchain already.
That's a slogan. That was the slogan for the crypto industry. Okay, Jorge.
Catherine, get him to get off the fence like how I did for Rico. That was a very diplomatic answer. Tell him to get off the fence, Krill. Get off the fence. Biden, stock market and crypto goes up or down. Trump, stock market goes up or down. Crypto goes up or down. Yes, no. That's get off the fence. What's your view?
my view, I'm just like old politician. So if you want to be vote second time, be not the both side. It's like who do you like, your daughter
it's
or
not
your
about
son?
like it's not about liking. It's not about liking. It's about what's going to happen to the crypto market and the general markets. It's not about who you like.
Actually, for general market, Bitcoin will goes up. It already passed halving. That's why it's time to goes up. And huge holdings, they invest a lot in Bitcoin as a liquidity, and they start to doing more and more the crypto fund. And if those of these guys would like to stop it, it will decrease the market cap. If anybody from them will allow it, it will go even faster. So it really doesn't matter who will win. No any idea.
Before I'm going to ask this, Jorge the same. I think that it might be an interesting angle to think about is that Biden is going to increase taxes by a lot, so up to 65% in different states. So my question is that maybe that would somehow give a bit of a new wave for the crypto space, because companies and like institutionals, like personal investors and traders and companies will be looking to sort of into find new ways.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good. Now you can get off the screen.
Hey,
Franco.
Yeah, everybody's saying hi to you. There's a whole bunch of them. There's some Russia,
because you're in a nightclub. You are with Franco, so it must be a nightclub.
It's not a nightclub, Yashel. This is a Meetup, a blockchain DeFi Meetup. What is not clear?
It's in the vault. Where is that?
This is not the vault. See?
Where is it?
We're at the Conrad Hotel. Okay. A place called the Secret Garden.
Okay, we are on a professional call now, not enjoying ourselves.
Okay, so back to my point is that maybe in case of Biden's victory, we will be looking at different interesting ways of how crypto might be adopted and used because of the taxes that are anticipated to be increased by a lot. That's just a thought. And Jorge, are you willing to speak and to answer who do you think is better for the crypto industry?
Yeah. Sure. My pleasure to always answer. By the way, first comment that is very important. I'm completely apolitical, so I am not for one or another candidate. That's very important. So the second thing important is that crypto is obviously, at the end of the day, an edge against inflation, edge against potential problems that may occur. However, crypto is also tied to the success of business. So the more success of business, the more liquidity there is into the market, especially with institutional investors. So my gut feel is if Trump wins, crypto will go up. As simple as that. More liquidity in the market, more institutional investors. As simple as that.
There you go. That's what I like to hear. Get off the fence.
That's it.
And it's not only about your political views. It's not about that because
it's logic. Logic.
Yeah,
this is nothing to do with it's
logic, which is what I said as well.
It's
mathematics.
Economics.
Not yet.
Economics.
Haven't even got there.
Your economics.
It's still early.
If you have been checking the crypto Twitter today and for the past month, a lot of people, US-based entrepreneurs who are involved in the crypto space, they are sort of leaning toward Biden, but because they live in the US, and it's not only about the monetary system, it's also about the healthcare, the immigration policy, and a lot of other steps. It's not, so they're living in the US and they're making a choice for themselves in the first place. So that's what I'm saying. It's not about politics in that sense. It's just about the policies that might be introduced. So I guess there's that. And Sergey, do you mind? I have like one more news that I think may be interesting for discussion, because there's a lot to say.
Yes. I think yes. Just please share it with us because it's very interesting. I think we already have discussed the latest one. That's well. Go ahead. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm sort of just want to hear what you guys think about this JP Morgan new blockchain unit called Onyx, and that the GPM coin is ready for commercial use. And I want to pay your attention.
Me first.
When we recap a little bit, JP Morgan has created a new blockchain unit called Onyx as its GPM coin is ready for commercial use. And the global head of the wholesale payment told CNBC that a large international technology company is already using GPM coin for cross-border payments. But unfortunately, he did not disclose the name. So first of all, I want to point out the hypocrisy about what JP Morgan has been saying about the crypto space in the past. And sort of the main question is it good for the space? Does it mean more institutional investors come into the space, which consequently might lead to better prices, I think? Or is it just another company trying to sort of take advantage of the crypto? Maru, of course. Of course.
Always vocal about this, and the guys will know that I will say it as it is, okay? So my view, and having done a lot of financial back-end systems with most of the big banks when I was at Sun Microsystems and Siemens, right? And I know how these guys operate, and I have a lot of friends in JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, places like that, okay? These guys, the way they operate at the high level is all about manipulation, wealth creation for their ultra high net worth individuals. That's why the board level, the directors, the management, everyone's on a kicker with side bonuses to earn millions per year in salaries. So starting from there, think what drives them personally. Okay? Now, if someone is earning millions a year based on performance, now think how they make those millions. So they've got to create the market when they are big. So Goldman's are classic for manipulation on all sorts at a country level. JP Morgan is classic for manipulation at a lot of the financial instruments level. Okay? Go and Google it and you'll find it. So when Jamie came on 2.5 years ago, I think it was, and mentioned that Bitcoins is a fraud, it's a scam, and all this bullshit, think what he was doing. They were already doing this. He even went to the point of saying, I'm going to sack any one of my guys who sells Bitcoin to my high net worth individual clients. Bullshit. He already had those people inside. So what happened to the price? It tanked. Guess who was buying it? All his wealth managers were buying it for his ultra high net worth individuals, and giving them anything more than 10% is huge in their business, okay? Because when you're talking in the hundreds of millions, 10% is a huge amount for return on investment overnight. So all of those guys, Jamie included, earn millions in commission and bonuses. That's how that world works. Now, if you then take it to what happened, he says, wow, this stuff is good. Why don't we create our own division to try and take over the Bitcoin marketplace, because it's 300 or 400 billion. In those days, it was almost 400 billion market cap for Bitcoin. So they were developing something to beat it, but they haven't got the brains to do it in-house. They really don't. This is a different level of brains. You don't need corporates who are counting stuff in the back of a desk to make Bitcoin and the whole cryptography stuff. And you can't do it because they think like politicians. It takes 10 times longer than someone in China with 10 people who can do it, right? That's the level of intellect involved. So they were building it, and now they've come up with something. My view, it's going to be another similar stable coin type of an environment, and they will use it a lot for their international transactions, worldwide transactions, cross-border transactions, and maybe they'll make it peg against something, and maybe they will do various instruments like high yield bonds, or some special crypto bonds, or tokenized funds on crypto, things like that. Because if his client gets 10, 12% per annum, they're bloody happy. in our space, 10, 12% in 1 week is a small number, right? So that's his client base, and that's what I think they will use on it. My view.
You're saying that it has always been a part of the plan, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They've been engineering this for a long
time. Maru, I do agree with you, but the future is decentralized.
No, I know, but the question was something else.
Correct. The question was, is it worthwhile what they're creating? I do believe, of course, it will create and generate some profits for them.
For a niche market.
For a niche market.
That's all I'm saying.
It's their vertical. But for everybody else,
yes.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all this decentralized DeFi world is what's going to enable everybody to actually benefit and create an approach that is flexible for everyone to contribute and everybody to earn from it in a fair way. So it's
but that's DeFi, George. For JP Morgan, my point and
it's centralized.
It's for their. It is for their market with people who are happy with 5, 10, 15% returns. They will keep those. Those guys will not move away. Okay, you'll always get 20% leaving, but their top 80%, they're bloody happy with it. They've got family houses and all sorts of people that they manage money for. Those 80% will stay there in the next 3 years. So they're creating something so these guys don't leave tomorrow and do the stuff that you are talking about, I talk about, and all that. They won't leave. They don't get their heads around it.
The house is burning and they're trying to put it down with a small sprinkler. It's not going to work.
No, it works for their existing clients, not for the outside. You won't get a new client like you, me, Rico, or whoever to go out and say, oh yeah, let's join JP Morgan because they got this Onyx thing going on. We're not going to do that, right? Correct, Rico?
Really? Oh my God.
I think you just put 100K to JP Morgan Onyx. We're not going to do that. George is not going to do that. It's bullshit.
JP Morgan for the media that brought to the world, and bringing more confidence and credibility to the crypto space. And
that's it. It's another rubber stamp. That's all I look at it. Another rubber stamp. Like CBDC. It's another rubber stamp. That's all it is. So from someone who was saying it's fraud, it's now saying, yeah, it's good. So the core is good. Now it's just the different implementations. That's all.
That's correct. But there is actually both sides to the coin, in the sense the fact that somebody like JP Morgan is endorsing blockchain and crypto, it is itself also good for the industry, although they will not be successful.
No, which is what Rico said. It's a rubber
stamp. It will actually benefit everybody else because it actually is giving credibility to the industry, meaning it's gone mainstream. But the real big returns are going to come from the innovation is being created all outside the box.
Yep. And I know you've put some money into JP Morgan's Onyx. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Actually, guys, I have two stories with JP Morgan. So last year on Consensus event, I was part of a event of JP Morgan and talk with family offices, with some big guys from Wall Street. And that point of view, we said the Bitcoin niche, it's cool and it's fast growing, but it's really small due to our total market cap. And it's so small. But in parallel, I was part of the private technical event where JP Morgan, Citibank, Bank of America, Microsoft, IBM discussing how to create CBDC based on US government basis. Not like based by JP Morgan, Bank of America, and they fight together, but one stable analog of US dollars, which everybody will run into the global market. This is the good point. Once they run it, once China have its own yuan, once US have its own US dollars in crypto, once Russia its rubles, whatever, at that point of view, it will be easy to integrate to end customers. So, for example, for DeFi products, then I talk, my daily work to talk with family office for investment. Please invest in DeFi. They say, for example, when you put money in family office, they could have like 20% your profit. And what is guaranteed? Nothing guaranteed. It's like your growth, and this is average, etc., etc. Then you show them the smart contract, and minimum is 40%. They say, oh, it's impossible. But from those portion of family offices, like if even 2-3% say okay, and we need to pass second step due diligence, they cut on due diligence side. They cut on the internal corporate strategy, whatever. Even some manager, we would like to be part of this infrastructure, but they care about the internal procedure, care about government. Once government say, this is official CBDC, this is official decentralized finance tools, which pass KYC, it could be more organized as a business. Right now, it's undercover business and pure decentralized.
Yeah, but Krill, if you really look into it, what's happening behind for centuries in America is the 4 or 5 big central banks and treasury, which is separate. They are controlling this American digital USD anyway. That's why if you look at Ripple, they've gone to UK and they've even threatened America to say, if you are not crypto friendly, because that cartel of the treasury and the big banks, including Goldman's and JP Morgan, are part of that cartel. It's been going on for centuries, okay? And because of that, XRP said, we are going to tell you to fuck off. Sorry, we're going to tell you to go away. We're going to leave America and we're going to go to UK or somewhere because it's easier for us to do a CBDC over there. And they are doing it with UK.
Yes, so, but the big problem of Ripple, it's fake currency, because once you publish a news that Ripple integrated in some bank, it's not token integrated. It's integrated
we are not talking
software.
About technology. Yeah. I'm not talking about. The point I was making is not whether Ripple's good or bad. The point I'm making is what you were saying. Banks, central banks, treasury is a cartel. These are the people where thousands of jobs could be lost if they implement this technology, and they know it.
I understand.
And millions of people, the point I was making, will lose their money and their bonuses and their yearly commissions. It won't happen easily. And that's the point.
It's like the beginning of the farmers who ride the horses and then machine comes and this is the same story. So
same
everything
story. It'll take very long. It'll take time.
Yes, for sure.
Catherine.
Yes, it will be great to hear the last but not least question, and we're going to summarize today's event.
Yeah. So the last, I'm sorry, just a little bit sick. So the last point that I wanted to bring up for you guys is not going to be probably popular opinion among you guys, because you're more of a pro technology and pro Bitcoin, but I'm going to just tell it anyway. So speaking at the Fortune Global Forum Conference, A.A. Banga, the CEO of MasterCard, said that he is deeply skeptical about cryptocurrencies and far more enthusiastic about central bank digital currencies. He said that, and attention, this is the slogan that has been used for years now in the crypto space. He warned that Bitcoin cannot help the unbanked and foster financial inclusion. Because, and I quote, "Can you imagine someone who's financially excluded trading in a way to get included through a currency that could cost the equivalent of 2 Coca-Cola bottles today and 21 tomorrow? That's not a way to get them included. That's a way to make them scared of the financial system." Thoughts? I mean, he has a point, but...
Solution. Forget thoughts, solution. Okay. So you know the thing what I was talking about earlier with that point? That's why, and I've always said this even during the ICO days, and I stopped my own ICO, because it's not backed with anything solid. That's the reason why stable coins are a better form of doing things for financial inclusion. So his point is half right. That's the reason why we pegged our money and our coin with gold. So there is gold sitting in a vault. It has a value. And based on that value, the value of our coin gets placed. And when the gold price goes up, and if you look at last 3, 4, 10 decades, gold price has always gone up. So it does not go below the price of Coca-Cola at any one point, because there's two things we have done. One is the intrinsic value, it will never go below that. And then one is the market value of the gold. So all of our pegging goes on the bottom end rather than the market value. And then once in a while, we'll bring this up and brings up, but never will the two meet. Okay? Bringing inclusion in, our slogan is actually financial inclusion and beyond. So, you know, the thing we were talking about, the mobile phone earns you money. So we have a staking part on our wallet where, and we are going to do this for charities, where people just by owning the phone and the app, they get money at 35% per year, what I said earlier. So now imagine Red Cross or anyone foundations having this and just giving someone a mobile with this. 35% a year for a few £100 is at least $1 or $2 a day for them to eat. Yeah, and the value is fixed, right? So it is possible. Why did MasterCard say that? Because they know there are so many cards out like this that screws up their market. They don't get their 2-3% fees for MasterCards and Visas and Amex and Diners, which is almost dead. All these people have been raping people for too long. The world has gone to a virtually free model. To do a transaction does not cost that much. So that's why they're saying that, to protect themselves and buy time until they figure out. By the way, they are doing a blockchain crypto-based solution as well, and we are going to integrate with them as well as Visa CyberSource.
And they have a lot of licenses for doing that. They already got a lot of licenses to do that.
Of course, so they are doing it. They're already doing it. So it's a Jamie Dimon style of things. They are doing it. But again, large corporates, they can't move fast, but they are doing it.
I really love your point of view that we have, you and Muru as well, that we have to forget that credit card as material as is. Now all of us have this stuff, and we have to operate with this one.
In a few minutes.
Greetings. How are you doing?
Great.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, yes, guys, and what's your point of view? Maybe after that, maybe after happening that finally, that all of us migrating to these devices, that MasterCard, that Visa card, all that processing may be gone, and they are just disappear in a moment.
It's already happening. Alipay, WePay, Samsung Pay, Apple Pay. It's already happening. So they are scared. Look how much they've lost just by those four. And there are lots more. Just those four have taken a huge slice of their money. So they're scared.
Your idea is that there is like, I mean, I don't dispute that there is like corporate conspiracy theory against sort of publicly going for the crypto space. But I think that the main point of that was that maybe crypto assets are not the best financial tool to start trading and or start, sort of banking as it is. Maybe it's just a little bit more volatile than other assets, financial assets. Maybe I think that was the point, because he said, can you imagine someone who's financially excluded starting trading in a way to get included?
But they're not trading. That's the point. They are not trading. They are just earning. The example I gave you, they are not trading. All they're doing is using to pay, because the exchange does the transfer. They are not trading. It's just like having another currency of a country. That's the problem. That's the problem.
You have to answer for that.
Yeah.
Rico.
And Rico has got a classic example on his doorstep. On his doorstep, on his own doorstep.
So I think that they are saying that because they know the weakness of Bitcoin network and the transaction speed, and that's why they're attacking Bitcoin. But they are not aware that in the Bitcoin and crypto space, we are building so many solutions and architecture so that we can actually beat Visa and Master's transaction per second volume and frequency and scalability. So they are still bullying us because Bitcoin doesn't have that scalability because of proof of work architecture. But I believe as many of us are working in the space, pushing out new innovations, and when DeFi is going to come to another real tech sort of realization, then they are fucked. In other words, they won't be able to make any money from transactions, and wallet-to-wallet transaction can just happen in any solutions of fiat or crypto or whatever it is, as long as it is a digital asset. Even I can sell my
George. We're live. We're there. Hello.
Hi, how are you guys?
Yeah,
Maroon, Patel, how are you?
It's a matter of digital asset.
Nice to see you, man.
Hi, Ahmed. Hi, Ahmed.
Bloody George and his fan club. Hey, Meru, hey, Rico, hey. George, we are on a bloody call here.
That's where I'm trying to put the point through is that, yes, we may not be there because they are still figuring out how to do this digital asset transfer at depth, volume, and scalability. So this is why I think it makes sense for them to actually go into the blockchain space and say, look, we are also building something on the blockchain, which they can't disclose much anyway because they don't have the tag yet.
No, absolutely. You're on point there. Absolutely.
Yes.
You're on point.
I'm absolutely agree. Yes, it's a very good point of view because, actually what I see, people has to have alternative. They has to have any kind of alternative. If you have a bank system, it's okay. It's very good working, but we have our own way. We have very teeny, somehow working, but we have to have that opportunity. Guys, actually, I'm very thankful to all of you personally. Thank you, Captain, for interesting question, for engaging us in very interesting news, for making this good discussion happen. Thanks a lot. I think we can have a party with Jorge Sebastiao because he's very interesting mood there. Yes, that's why.
Let's all go to Conrad. We're going to Conrad
Yes.
now. You're muted, George. You're muted. You're muted. Georgie.
Okay, the reason why we're celebrating is because we reached number 29 on the Uniswap exchange. So things are moving up. So it's very good. This is in 5 to 6 days. We started on October 25th. Now we're in November 3rd. So things are looking up very good. And one extra comment that I would like to make. I do believe that we're going to live in a much more digital approach towards assets with synthetic approach to it. And each of those assets has a role to play. Gold has a role to play. Bitcoin has a role to play. Bitcoin as an alternative to gold. Tokenization is an important element because tokenization will allow us to take these assets and actually create new classes of synthetic assets that enable us to make everybody part of the ecosystem. That is what we're really trying to do. Build an ecosystem where everybody is allowed to participate in an equitable way, in a distributed way. Welcome all on board and enjoy the ride.
And the market's big. Your point, market's so big. If you imagine 7 trillion a day gets traded, the market's huge. Everyone will have a niche cut out for themselves. It's huge.
That is correct. There is room for everybody.
Huge. There's room for everyone there.
Perfect. Catherine, please summarize today's event. It's very interesting to hear from your side because you are just asking our question. You're not telling someone, but it's very interesting to listen. What's your mood? What's your opinion about today's event?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I think I'm just trying to do journalistic work as usual, so that's why. Thank you guys for answering the questions. It's pretty refreshing to hear the real side of the story because if you're coming from a financial perspective or financial industry, you will never hear the truth in the sense JP Morgan is doing this for that. It's not, what I'm saying, right? It's not the way to go. You have to be polite and you have to it's really refreshing to sort of see a real card. And going back to probably the most important topic of today and of this week is the election, the presidential election in the US. I do feel that maybe the crypto space is not correlated a lot in that sense. And I think that Bitcoin, as the rest of the cryptocurrencies, are on the point where it's pretty strong. And it did reach 14,000 last week on the day of the anniversary of the Bitcoin white paper. And I think it's a great signal. Maybe I'm just being hopeful. I don't know. So I do feel that it doesn't really matter who's going to win. The crypto has its own pace, and it's gonna, be a little bit probably more stable with a lot more institutional players coming into the space. That's pretty much it.
Perfect. We are crossing our fingers and looking for the crypto and voting for the crypto. Thank you for today's event, guys. My pleasure to have you, Mru, Kirill, Rico, George, Stacy, Elizabeth, Catherine. My pleasure to have you today. We're going to meet tomorrow on the event which is going to place on the Einstein, and the Gordon Einstein site. He's going to talk about digital identity. I think all of us going to have a pleasure with that event as well. I want to say goodbye to all of you. My pleasure to have you. See you next time.
Bye, everyone. Stay safe.
Thank you. Take care.
Hey guys.
Speak to you tomorrow, Kirill.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, see you. 2 o'clock, I think we have.